So 13 is just the start. We would be wherever Indigo flies eventually.
that's
So,
that's a good benchmark, right?
and in
Hmm.
India, interaction is as important as digital. Just plunging into your own practice immediately after qualifying is not a great idea.
Thank you so much for doing this, especially on a Sunday morning. Are you working today as well?
Yeah, I work Sunday half day.
Oh, nice. You're truly an inspiration, sir. So, okay, I'll start by introducing you. Girish is a founder of Transactions Care, a boutique tax regulatory firm and business advisory firm. He's a former national leader of KPMG and led the merger and acquisition and international taxation of the firm. He's a collective experience of over 25 years. So, let's start with your journey. How did you get into chartered accountancy?
Yeah, getting into CA was more like following somebody. I had a neighbor who was chartered accountant,
Okay.
and he did his life. So as he kept growing, I thought if you were a chartered accountant, then you could earn a good livelihood. So
Hmm.
him doing well
Hmm.
inspired me to be a CA. So you look at our country, either a CA or a lawyer or a medical or an engineer
Hmm.
are the four degrees which make you stand on your own legs, unless you're in business. So
Right.
I chose to do something and stand on my own legs. Yeah, it was as simple as that.
So was there some personality that inspired you, like in your acquaintance?
It was my neighbor actually, who was a chartered accountant,
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Doshi, and he was a very nice man, very
Hmm.
successful.
Okay,
So he was an accountant, I got inspired by him.
okay, okay, okay. So how was your experience with KPMG? Like, how was your journey as KPMG and leading the hierarchy?
It was a dream actually. KPMG is, I would say, the best firm in the world.
Hmm.
And I was prior to KPMG 10 years Arthur Anderson, and I would say Arthur Anderson, KPMG were really great organizations which I was a part of. I had two jobs in my life, Arthur
Okay.
Anderson. So Anderson was the first part of my career where we were taught to be equal to anybody. So at our age, early ages of 20, and we could just walk anybody's corridor with confidence. So they taught us confidence, they taught us self belief,
Hmm.
they taught us that it was achievable. You
Hmm.
were second to none,
Hmm.
and really you were not worried or afraid or diffident of anything in life.
Hmm.
You you were imbibed with quality, excellence, and client care. So it was a very bold firm, and
Hmm.
that's where the journey began. So I did 10 years with Arthur Anderson, and then Anderson collapsed because of the Enron fiasco. And then I joined KPMG, and KPMG was a dream run. I would
Right.
think KPMG great firms to be in. But
Hmm.
KPMG up the hierarchy. So from a normal partner to an M&A leader to
Hmm.
a international leader to a tax leader. So
Hmm.
it was a extremely fulfilling journey.
All right. And after you learned so much, like right, and got so much in terms of money, fame, or learning experience as such, and then so what came to your mind that you took a leap, starting your own firm? Like, wasn't that a risk that you were leaving such a big organization that was fulfilling all your things?
Actually, the way this works is that there is a person who does good professional work, and there is a person who manages.
Hmm.
So it's like a skilled doctor who can do the
Okay.
best surgeries, brain surgeries, heart surgeries,
Hmm.
and a person running a hospital.
All right.
So as you grow hierarchies in big firms, you
Hmm.
become more like a management person. So you
Hmm.
start actually
Hmm.
going about it, managing the firm, and you keep getting away from your skills. Like say a person managing a hospital need not be doing all the surgeries.
All
So you
right.
start getting away from real work.
Hmm.
So, as I was at the peak of my career in KPMG, I realized that my true happiness lies in serving clients, in adding value to them, in helping them succeed.
Hmm.
and had good share of experience in managing the firm, which was very fortunate at a young age. So
Hmm.
I thought I would switch to being the best professional, which gave me the ultimate joy.
Hmm.
So I want to move from management to doing professional service. So there is
Right.
managing of professional services and there is doing professional services.
Right.
So I
Right.
thought management of professional services were done. So I wanted to do professional services.
Hmm.
And I on my own where the firm is very, very agile, very nimble.
Hmm.
It's very, very young, dynamic firm which focuses only on clients. So
Right.
there is nothing which matters. It's only clients matters.
Hmm.
So clients, you help them succeed, and that's a different kind of joy which we are getting these days.
Hmm. So
And,
I also have.
creating jobs.
Hmm. 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 Right. When you started this transaction care firm, so you being a founder, you also have this entrepreneurial role and plus a professional role. And as you were saying that you are more inclined to the professional work. So how do you manage your time? Because as a founder, you must be having so many responsibilities as a entrepreneur to run the firm, to manage the firm. Like how do you split your time between these two?
Actually, in our firm, I've realized that there is no admin, so we don't have a single admin person. I
Hmm.
don't have a secretary. There's no need of a secretary,
Okay.
and don't have we don't have a finance team. It's all outsourced.
Okay.
HR. So the future firm is not a heavy admin firm. The
Okay.
future firm is a enabled firm which is focused on clients, which is
Hmm.
solving problems.
Hmm.
So that's why you will see startups or agile firms which spring up very fast up and beat the best.
Right.
So firm is not of management. The future firm is an agile setup. So that's what a firm is. So which means
So
that the time managing the firm is not that high.
right.
It's not you interact with people only on client work, on solving problems.
That's very interesting lesson here. Like you should focus on your core skills and delegate the rest.
I mean, in our case, there is not a delegate also because it's all autopiloted. Everybody's focused on client works. You interact with solving client problems.
Hmm.
So it's about so it's all autopiloted, digital. So
Very
it's
right.
which works very well.
I get it. And how did you? So when you started transaction, how did you get this thing to get the right team? So what did you look into your co-founders or partners that are helping you leading your firm? What is the thing that you see in your other partners?
The first thing we did is that we had a team of people who were done with their Big Four careers, who
Hmm.
wanted to find.
Hmm.
So our core team is six founders and a team of 30 people, which come from Big Four, which
Hmm.
moved into 160 now, 170 now actually.
Hmm.
The core team were people who were done with their Big Four careers. They wanted to do something different in life.
Hmm.
They wanted to find more meaning in what they do
Hmm.
and professional service work. So
Hmm.
the first thing is that people who come to us and say, I am a manager, I
Hmm.
will want to be a senior manager in your firm.
Hmm.
I'm a partner and I'm looking for X crores of fixed compensations. We
Hmm.
don't even look at it. Those are
Okay.
the people we want. We want people who love the profession and they will grow with us. And they will make more money than anywhere else in this country also. But
Hmm.
the price has to be great work and not designations and positions. So people who are done with their careers, to whom good work is more important, variety of work is more important,
Hmm.
insane client are the ones we look at. And
Hmm.
there are some we get from Big Four, there's some we get from very good firms, small firms also. There's a lot of talent in this country.
Right.
So we're very lucky to have good people. I mean, chartered accountants who are with us.
Hmm.
Articles also raise their level and do well. And
Hmm.
the ecosystem is enabling, it's supportive. So
Hmm.
we have people other than Big Four, and it's really built up into a good team over a period of time.
So you're basically
Integrity,
saying. Hmm. So basically saying everybody's focused on their craft, like improving their craft. That's what
correct.
matters. Very nice. And so far you have scaled your firm to 13 location, if I'm not wrong, in past 3 years. So,
Yes.
what do you consider the X factor of that sort of acceleration?
I don't think. I think the India opportunity is across. So, for example, if you go to France and if you
Hmm.
look at the biggest uh,
Hmm.
platform in France, it's called FIDA,
Hmm.
FIDAL, and FIDA has around more than 100 branches in France.
Okay.
So each small city has a branch of FIDA.
Hmm.
So I think India is cut across. So if you go to small cities too, small cities, I wouldn't say small, but really cities like Lucknow, Kanpur, Ludhiana, there are entrepreneurs. Each
Hmm.
city has good ideas, good entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
Kochi, and these people need support. People need help, services.
Hmm.
So the goal is to be there. And in my benchmark, what I thought is that wherever Indigo found its is where the
Hmm.
entrepreneur is, because when Indigo does a business plan, they see cities where business can. So
Right.
13 is just a start. We would be wherever Indigo flies eventually. So
That's a good
that's
benchmark. Right. Right. Oh, so in this lockdown, how did the COVID affected our sort of industry? Like, if you consider Big Four, their clients can go fully, what do I say, remote, right? But in your type of firm, you cater to all sort of businesses. Like, what was the situation in your firm?
I think COVID led to a big opportunity for us.
Hmm.
The opportunity was big because if you see in the digital world,
Hmm.
in the digital world, in the
Hmm.
digital world, uh, like now when we are talking, your attention to me and my attention to you is very important.
Hmm.
What the professional talks
Hmm.
is very important to the client.
Hmm.
So let's say if you had eight of us in this meeting and you were introducing all of us and each one of us speaking one minute, 2 minutes, uh, then the whole meeting would be defocused. Like this is the
Hmm.
focus. So in a digital world, you'll have four questions, I'll have four answers. I'll solve your problem and you'll go back feeling that, oh, value has been added.
Hmm.
The thing about sectors, service lines. So let's say if I was doing a complex restructuring, which
Hmm.
involves TP, indirect tax,
Hmm.
uh, income tax, accounting, valuation.
Hmm.
Imagine having six partners on the call
Hmm.
versus people just telling you this is how you should do it.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So the Big Four model was more where many people do compartments of work,
Right. Right.
whereas model is we focus on a problem, we solve it. So
Hmm.
when you are focusing on a problem and solving, digital helps. Because in
Okay.
digital, people don't have the span of attention to listen
Hmm.
to eight people and then get into circles.
Hmm. Hmm.
So our meetings became sharper, our advice became sharper. People had time to talk to us more because in the initial phases, if somebody wanted to do a will, trust, succession planning, he had more time. He was at home. So I will do that way. When the first phase of lockdown got done, we started our offices in May. So we've been traveling since May. We've been meeting people. So that's
Hmm.
also worked to our advantage. Our competitors have been work from home. And in
Hmm.
India, interaction is as important as digital. So
Hmm.
digital, we have our own space created because we were the solving people who were solving problems.
Hmm.
And we were moving for any people who wanted that personal touch, wanted that personal glue. We were there for them. So it worked to our advantage.
And how did the clients collaborated? Like, were they remote as well? Like, were they collaborating?
No, no. All Indian clients want to meet. All Indian clients, if they take a decision, they want to interact with you.
Right.
We protection. So I send my COVID report before my meetings, and
Okay.
people want to meet. Especially your part of the world, North India. I mean, you think Zoom works?
Uh,
People want to catch
People want to catch up, right?
up. All is all fallacy. It's good for IT companies who are serving global markets, not for the Indian markets.
Hmm. Right. So how many COVID tests did you get done?
in a week, so maybe around 45, 50 till now. Since so
Okay.
but that was safe for us, safe for the client too.
Hmm. Hmm. But considering you're saying, right, Indian markets are more focused on collaborating, meeting face to face, but in global markets, it can be worked remote. So how's your firm? Are you guys as well focusing on the global scenario, or
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
focused on
Work
India?
comes. No, work comes. Work comes. Work comes from India. Work comes from global.
Hmm.
The digital strategies work in global, and word of mouth marketing works in global. And what has happened is we also have visited global UK, US in the past.
Hmm.
This helped. Now, what I think is that if the economy and the travels open up by summer, which is what is expected, I would
Hmm.
still go with people. I
Okay.
don't think there is any replacement for physical interaction in our business. We
Okay.
are not back office IT.
Yeah. So we required that human touch to go and build relationship with other people. Nice. And okay, so I had this question. Many people, when I told that to some of my friends that I am having a podcast with you, considering you are a successful entrepreneur running your own practice and a good business leader, right? So they had this question. Considering a fresher starting his own practice, how do they go about making connections or network in global scenario as well or in India as well?
I think there are two things. So
Hmm.
after you become a chartered accountant, either you could start your own practice,
Hmm.
start a different business,
Hmm.
uh, different idea, a new idea, a unicorn, a
Hmm.
startup. If you are doing the second one, you should go out and do it. Then you need like-minded people. You solve a problem.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
The first option, starting your own practice,
Hmm. Hmm.
immediately
Hmm.
after found it, it's not a great idea at all. You
Okay.
should first
Okay.
put yourself with a bigger organization
Hmm.
or an organization where you get meaningful work for four,
Hmm.
5 years,
Hmm.
learn the business,
Hmm.
develop relationships, develop,
Hmm.
then start on your own. Just plunging into your own practice immediately after qualifying is not a great idea at all.
It's not a great idea.
After
Okay.
3 years, of course, yes, you must do. You must work on your own as much as you can.
Hmm.
This country is full of opportunities. But if you are starting an idea and you have a good idea in your mind and that you want to start a business, go out and plunge into it.
So yeah, innovation doesn't need to be learned, right? I get it. But how do you go about like making global connection, making a global brand name? Is it just the credibility of
Okay.
the work?
Yeah, good work leads to more work here. I don't think that's a problem. And you use digital. Uh, you know, there are so many different things you can do.
Hmm.
Visit, meet intermediaries like lawyers, iBankers, private equity,
Hmm.
discuss.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also there is so much work itself.
Hmm.
Really, I wonder that is it important to go to
Okay.
this
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
itself.
Okay.
Work is
So work is there. You just have to build your credibility in whichever niche you are working.
correct.
Okay. And one more question I had was in finance, what do you see the role of chartered accountant? So like in accounting, of course, we are working at front end, but what do you see us at private equity or
Oh, huge,
VC?
huge. I mean, you could lead a private equity business. See, finance and MBA makes no difference. Both are same.
Hmm.
After the first job, it's what you've learned in your first job.
Hmm.
Anything to do with numbers, anything to do with regulations, anything to
Hmm.
do with business plans, fundraising, a CA can do as well as anybody else. So I would think there is a thorough overlap between CA, MBA, and lawyers.
Okay.
And who embraces all three
Hmm.
is the best professional. So, like with the legal work, I know I'm half a lawyer myself. So, it's like you have to know all these three things.
Okay. So you are
See,
saying you have explicit examples of people leading firms as a VC as a chartered
yeah,
accountant. Okay, so
Absolutely.
there's no doubt in that. Okay, like many people are pursuing MBA, going abroad after chartered accountancy just because they're saying they cannot find that role. Like, what do you suggest them? How to go about it to get a front end role?
I think the first break is very important in a great firm. So
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to be in Arthur Anderson. So if you got the first break into a good firm which does good work, that's better than any MBA.
Hmm. And initial sorry, you were saying something.
No, no, not at all.
So an
Go ahead.
initial phase of your career, should one focus on the brand name or the profile, the work he wants to do?
I would think it's a combination of both. The
Hmm.
is to focus on, a good second tier firm
Hmm.
which does
Hmm.
the best. That's the best I would do if I were looking at a career. So, like, either you're in a big four or a firm which is a just tier below big four, which does very good work.
Hmm.
Big four normally will get compartmentalized, whereas in a
Right.
firm tier lower than a big four, you'll do everything and do good work.
Hmm.
So, big four or a second tier term. So, if you want to be super specialized, you should go to a big four. But if you
Hmm.
want to do many things and do different areas, then you should be a
Hmm.
tier.
Right. And also there's this thing when my junior asked me, so I have pursued articleship in both investment bank Goldman Sachs or tier two firm. So this is the most important thing would be key to get a macro picture what you are doing. Like in as you said in Big Four, you get a small chunk of work, but it's really important to know that where that small chunk of work is going. Like get a bigger picture as well.
That is true. The inquisitiveness to learn is very
Hmm.
important.
Right. Right. So how does your typical day looks like? Like what
It's work
are
here.
huh, what sort of
Starting
work?
in the morning till 10, 11 in the night. It's work.
It's everyday work, serving the clients, solving
Yeah,
their problems.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so so I saw quite of your posts, like you post early morning flights or lunches with your partners. It's very inspiring, right? How you wake up and go to work every day. Like what's the thing that keeps you driven?
I love what I do here. So I really love the profession.
Hmm.
And I feel I was born to be doing this. So I
Hmm.
really love what I do.
Hmm.
And it's my high. I feel very happy about it to see
Hmm.
clients succeed.
Right.
So it's really not work. It's my hobby. It's my life.
If there would be one thing that you are chasing, like everyone chases something, there's this desire. So what would be your desire to accomplish?
It's actually nothing. It's just happiness. I just want to be happy. I just want to be healthy
Hmm.
and do work well. So, and I know it's an infinite game. So it's not that I have
Hmm.
to achieve something in 2 years.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
is forever till I breathe. So it's very simple.
Okay, so what keeps you happy? You want to be happy. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. Oh, you found a good game, right? Okay. So with every good thing, what I consider is there is a con as well. So what would be the one con that you would see in this industry or warn other people like this is a particular con in this industry as well in our industry?
Yeah, I don't see any cons. I think
Hmm.
there are setbacks. I don't think there are any cons. There are setbacks.
Hmm.
Sometimes people just very rudely say we want to score only and all.
Hmm.
But life is short. It comes back.
Okay.
Sometimes there are
Okay.
setbacks. Eventually, if you hang in there, it comes back to you.
Okay. Okay. At
There's no
last.
con.
Hmm. Hmm. At last, so along with me, thousands of others are expecting result tomorrow. So what would be the advice you would want to give to budding chartered accountants?
I think it's an important milestone, and it is a very important thing. It's just not another day. I mean, it's a very becoming a chartered accountant was the most satisfying professional moment in my career.
Hmm.
It's a very important milestone. But should something go wrong, it's not a big deal. I mean, you can always reassemble yourself and give it another attempt.
Hmm.
Very important milestone. And yes, one should say that life is an exam and you have to anyway keep working hard, but it's a very, very important milestone.
And how do you suggest them going after their dream job after becoming chartered accountant?
I think they should just follow their heart. If somebody likes to be in the industry, you should do that. If somebody
Hmm.
wants to experiment, you should do that. It's not
Hmm.
too complicated. I mean, if your health is good, if you're happy, you become a chartered accountant, and you should just take it step by step. And never be afraid to make mistakes. What if you went into a job which is not a dream job? So what? You can always correct the path. It's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah, and at last you will know what not to do at least.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, thank you so much, Girish, for taking out the time. I hope you a
Thanks.
good new year. I hope
And
I'll
wish you
see
all
you
the very
soon.
best.
Thank you so
I
much.
wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.